Ever imagine a world, where like AI can identify you just by how you walk
Mm.
or like flag you as suspicious just because of how you're standing?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like something out of a movie, right?
Right.
Well, according to Jay Poole
Mm-hmm.
from Tech Frontiers, that future
Yeah.
might be closer than we think.
Oh, wow.
So in this deep dive, we're going to unpack his work
Okay.
and explore, this rapidly evolving world of AI,
Yeah.
particularly how it's using quote unquote vision
Right.
to impact our lives
Okay.
in ways we might not even realize.
Interesting.
Yeah. So,
So what's fascinating about Poole's work
yeah.
is that he doesn't shy away from the potential downsides.
Right.
He dives right into the concept of AI surveillance
Mm.
and how techniques like intelligent video analytics
Mm.
and gait analysis are already being deployed.
It's kind of mind blowing to think that
Yeah.
AI can analyze like vast amounts of data,
Mm-hmm.
track movements, and recognize faces in crowds,
Right.
sometimes even more effectively than humans.
Exactly.
But as Poole points out,
Yeah.
this level of monitoring can have some serious implications
Right.
for our privacy
Mm-hmm.
and even our mental well-being.
He argues that AI surveillance
Right?
could be even more invasive
Wow.
than traditional human surveillance
Right.
because it can operate on such a massive scale.
Right.
And with a level of persistence that would be impossible for humans to match.
And it's not just about being watched.
Mm. Right.
Poole raises concerns about the potential for misuse
Mm-hmm.
and discrimination with these AI systems.
It's a big concern.
I mean, imagine being flagged as a potential threat
Yeah.
simply because an algorithm misinterprets your behavior
Right.
or like makes a mistake based on like flawed data.
Yeah, and that's a key point he emphasizes, that
Mhm.
these AI systems aren't foolproof. They have limitations.
Yeah.
They can make errors.
Right.
And those errors can have real world consequences for individuals.
He even cites a study showing that AI can have quote unquote blind spots,
Oh, wow.
meaning it doesn't always accurately interpret
Mm.
what it sees.
Interesting.
Yeah. This is where things get really unsettling because it raises the question,
Right.
how can we trust these systems
Mm-hmm.
if they're prone to making these mistakes,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to something as sensitive as surveillance?
That's why Poole advocates for the development of ethical frameworks
Mm-hmm.
and a strong emphasis on transparency in AI.
Makes sense.
He believes we need a clear understanding of
Yeah.
how these systems work,
Right.
how data is being collected,
Mhm.
and what safeguards are in place
Oh,
to
sure.
prevent misuse and discrimination.
One of the ideas he proposes
Yeah,
is quote unquote differential technological development.
interesting.
Essentially, this means encouraging the development of AI
Okay.
that prioritizes our values
Hmm.
like privacy
Hmm.
and human rights.
It's a compelling concept,
Right.
but it begs the question, can we actually steer the development of AI in this direction?
Right.
Especially when there are powerful forces, both commercial and governmental,
Yeah.
that might be more interested in leveraging AI
Right.
for control and profit.
It's a debate
Yeah.
that's only going to intensify
For sure.
as AI becomes more sophisticated
Right.
and integrated into our lives.
Yeah.
On the one hand, we have the potential
Yeah.
for increased security and convenience.
Right.
But on the other, there's this looming threat
Yeah.
of constant surveillance
Mm.
and the erosion of privacy.
Poole doesn't shy away from this tension.
Right.
He acknowledges the potential benefits of AI,
Mm-hmm.
but also sounds the alarm
Yeah.
about the potential consequences if we're not careful
Yeah.
about how we develop and deploy these technologies.
He reminds us that AI is a tool.
Mm-hmm.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
Right.
The question is, what kind of future do we want to build with AI?
That's the big question.
Yeah. Are we willing to sacrifice our privacy for convenience?
Hmm.
Are we prepared to grapple with the ethical dilemmas
Right.
that come with increasingly powerful AI systems?
These are questions that go beyond the realm of technology
Mm-hmm.
and delve into fundamental questions
Yeah.
about human rights,
Right.
societal values,
Yeah.
and the kind of world we want to live in.
And these are precisely the questions
Yeah.
we'll continue to explore the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
We'll shift our focus to AI assistants
Mm-hmm.
and how they're using computer vision to become
Right.
more integrated into our daily lives.
Okay.
But we'll also examine the privacy implications
Yeah.
of this growing reliance on AI
Yeah.
and whether we're trading convenience for constant surveillance.
It's a complex and rapidly evolving landscape.
Yeah.
And as Poole's work highlights,
Right.
it's essential to have these conversations,
For sure.
to examine the potential pitfalls, and to consider the choices we're making
Right.
as individuals and as a society.
We encourage you to share your thoughts
Yes,
and reactions to what we've discussed so far in the comments below.
definitely.
What are your hopes and fears
Yeah.
about the future of AI? What steps do you think we should be taking
Right.
to ensure that AI is developed and used ethically
Yeah,
and responsibly?
for sure.
Let's keep this conversation going.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've talked about like the potential dark side of AI,
Right.
particularly with surveillance. But Poole also explores
Yeah.
how AI is becoming more intertwined with our daily lives
Right.
in ways that might seem less intrusive,
Yeah.
even helpful.
Mm-hmm.
He dives into the world of AI assistants
Okay.
and how they're using computer vision
Mm-hmm.
to become more capable than ever.
It's fascinating how AI assistants are moving beyond
Right.
just simple voice commands.
Yep.
Poole highlights how they're using computer vision to identify objects,
Okay.
understand their surroundings, and even assist people with visual impairments.
Wow.
It's like having a digital assistant who can
Yeah.
actually see
Yeah.
the world around them.
He gives examples of AI assistants
Right.
helping people navigate their homes, identifying food items in the fridge, or even describing like the scenery outside
Right.
for someone who can't see it themselves.
It's really amazing to think about
Right.
the potential for these technologies
Yeah.
to enhance our lives
Oh.
and make things easier.
And it goes beyond just convenience.
Right.
Poole mentions how computer vision
Yeah.
can actually improve
Mm-hmm.
the accuracy of speech recognition
Interesting.
by analyzing facial expressions
Right.
and lip movements. AI assistants can better understand
Yeah.
what someone is saying,
Right.
even in noisy environments.
That's something I hadn't considered.
Right.
It makes sense, though.
Yeah.
We use visual cues all the time
Right.
to understand speech.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't AI benefit from the same input?
It paints a picture of a future
Yeah.
where AI assistants are seamlessly integrated into our lives,
Right.
understanding our needs
Mhm.
and anticipating our requests.
Poole envisions a future
Okay.
where AI assistants are like personalized digital companions, helping us manage our schedules,
Right.
control our smart homes,
Mm-hmm.
and even provide entertainment
Okay.
through augmented and virtual reality experiences.
It's compelling vision,
Yeah.
but it also raises questions about how much we want to rely on these systems.
Poole acknowledges that there's a trade-off between convenience and control.
Yeah.
The more we rely on these AI assistants, the more data they collect
Right.
about our lives.
What we say,
Right.
what we do,
Mhm.
where we go,
Yeah.
it's all potentially being recorded
Mhm.
and analyzed.
This is where we have to consider the concept of quote-unquote surveillance capitalism, a term coined by scholar Shoshana Zuboff.
Okay.
It describes a business model
Yeah.
where companies profit by collecting and analyzing our personal data.
Often without our full understanding or consent.
Yeah.
So while these AI assistants might seem helpful
Right.
on the surface,
Uh-huh.
they could be contributing to a system
Yeah.
where our data is being constantly harvested and monetized.
It raises concerns about who has access to this information, how it's being used, and whether we're truly in control of our digital footprint.
Poole argues that we need to be more aware
Yeah.
of the data trails we leave behind
Right.
and be more deliberate
Right.
about the permissions we
Yeah.
grant to these technologies.
Do we really need to give our AI assistant
Right.
access to our location data,
Yeah.
our contacts,
Right.
or our browsing history?
These are choices we need to make consciously. He also highlights the importance
Yeah.
of understanding the limitations of these systems.
AI assistants are not all-knowing
Right.
or all-powerful.
They can make mistakes,
Right.
misinterpret information,
Uh-huh.
and even be manipulated or hacked.
Right.
We need to be aware of these vulnerabilities
Yeah.
and not become overly reliant on these
That's it.
technologies.
It's about finding a balance
Right.
between leveraging the benefits of AI
Mm-hmm.
while protecting
Yeah.
our privacy and autonomy.
We need to be informed consumers,
Right.
demanding transparency from the companies
Mm-hmm.
developing these technologies and
Yeah.
advocating for policies
Right.
that protect our digital rights.
Poole offers a range of potential solutions,
Okay.
from ethical guidelines for AI development to data security protocols and tools that give users more control over their information.
He also emphasizes the importance of educating the public about these issues so that we can make informed decisions about how we interact with AI in our lives.
It's about empowering individuals to understand the implications of these technologies and to make choices that align with their values.
It's about creating a culture of digital literacy.
Exactly.
Where we're not just passive consumers, but active participants in shaping the future of AI.
So while AI assistants might offer convenience and even enhance our lives in certain ways, we can't ignore the potential privacy risks.
It's a classic double-edged sword. And as we move further into the age of AI, it's crucial that we're aware of both the benefits and the potential pitfalls.
In the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore some practical steps you can take to protect your privacy in the age of AI. We'll discuss specific tools and strategies that can help you take control of your data and navigate this increasingly complex digital landscape.
So we've explored some pretty complex stuff. The potential benefits, the risks of AI, especially when it comes to surveillance and those AI assistants becoming more and more a part of our lives. But now let's get practical. What can you actually do?
Good question.
To protect your privacy in this, rapidly evolving technological landscape?
The good news is you're not powerless. There are concrete steps you can take to safeguard your data and navigate this new terrain.
So Poole offers a whole toolkit of strategies.
He does.
And a lot of them are surprisingly simple.
Yeah, they are.
So let's dive into those. He emphasizes the importance of staying informed. I mean, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by all the tech jargon. But just taking the time to understand the basics can make a huge difference.
Exactly. The more you understand how AI works, how companies collect and use data, the better equipped you'll be.
For sure.
To make informed decisions about the technologies you use and the permissions you grant.
So read articles. Watch documentaries. Listen to podcasts like this one.
Exactly.
But knowledge is only powerful if you act on it. So what are some practical steps that listeners can take, like right now?
One of the easiest things you can do is adjust your privacy settings.
That makes sense.
Take some time to go through your social media accounts, your phone apps, your web browser.
Do you really need to share your location data all the time?
Good question.
Are you comfortable with those apps? Having access to your camera and microphone?
Think carefully about what you're giving away and adjust your settings accordingly.
It's amazing how many apps ask for permissions.
I know.
That seem totally unrelated to their function. We often just click accept without thinking twice.
Poole also suggests being more cautious about what we share online in general.
That's a good point.
It's easy to forget that once something is out there in the digital world, it can be incredibly difficult to erase.
Oh, for sure.
So think twice before sharing personal information, photos or videos that you wouldn't want to be widely accessible.
He also highlights this growing ecosystem of privacy-enhancing tools that can help us minimize our digital footprint and protect our data.
There are a lot of great options out there.
Like what?
From VPNs that encrypt your internet traffic to privacy-focused browsers and search engines that minimize data collection and targeted advertising.
Password managers are another essential tool.
Oh, for sure.
That can help you create strong, unique passwords for all your accounts, making it much harder for hackers to gain access.
It sounds like there's this whole world of tools and technologies designed to give us more control over our data.
But what about the bigger picture?
Yeah, that's a good question.
How do we push for systemic change and ensure that AI is developed and used ethically?
That's where collective action comes in. Supporting organizations that advocate for privacy rights and ethical AI development is crucial.
Voting for politicians who prioritize these issues can make a real difference.
It can.
And holding companies accountable for their data practices is essential.
Poole talks about the importance of informed consent.
Yeah.
We need to know what we're agreeing to when we use these technologies and demand more transparency
for sure
from the companies collecting our data.
Don't just blindly click accept on those terms of service agreements. Take the time to read them.
Yeah.
Understand what data is being collected and how it will be used.
If you're not comfortable with the terms, don't use the service.
It's that simple.
It is.
It's about exercising our right to choose and demanding better from the companies that want our data.
Consumer pressure can be a powerful force for change.
Right.
We need to make it clear that privacy matters and that we're not willing to sacrifice our digital rights for convenience.
So this isn't about rejecting AI altogether.
No.
It's about being aware of the potential risks.
Right.
And taking steps to mitigate them.
It's about demanding transparency and accountability from the companies developing these technologies.
And it's about using our collective voice to shape the future of AI in a way that benefits all of humanity.
Ultimately, AI is a tool.
Right.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
Yeah.
The choices are ours.
We need to be thoughtful.
Right.
Critical and proactive in shaping the future we want to see.
This has been a fascinating deep dive.
It has.
Into the world of AI, exploring both its incredible potential and the very real concerns about privacy and surveillance.
We hope you found it informative.
We do.
And empowering.
We encourage you to continue the conversation in the comments below.
Share your thoughts, your concerns, your ideas for how we can navigate this new technological landscape.
What are your hopes and fears about the future of AI?
How can we ensure that it's developed and used in a way that respects our values and protects our fundamental rights?
We'd love to hear your perspective.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
On this deep dive.